Yo, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Check the From the Shore to Be More show. Coming through strong with that podcast flow. Sunday afternoon at 2 to 3 p.m. slot. Got the Interstate 95 Turnpike high. When you tune in, they don't just entertain. They come with the message that presses the brain. Those other podcasts, they seem microscopic. Cause they're the big balls that drop the hot topics. So short, be more dumb. You just stay ready for DJ Boom, Shaheem, and Montemi. Put them together, there's a treacherous string. From the tri-state area to the DMV. So sit back, relax, get your Sundays on. On after morning, gone before dawn. That positive vibe that we hitting so strong. With this podcast show, you can't go wrong. So, here we go, here we go. 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 What's up, everybody? And welcome back to the From the Shore to Be More show. I am one of your hosts, the one, the only, Shaheem.
And I too am one of your hosts, Deborah Singletary, aka I'm Debbie.
And what's up, everybody? I am the host. I'm kidding. I'm the one and only, the official DJ Boom here, making it do what it do each and every Sunday, right along with these two. What is going on, everybody?
Yes, of course he is. And yes, we are the treacherous three of the tri-state area and the DMV. I heard the entire world. No, they are absolutely not ready for this. And it's good to see everybody back with us, like I just said. Anyway, we have a great topic for you guys today. The caretaker blues. Everyone, this one is a very deep topic. I don't want to take away from the seriousness of it. It affects a lot of people in today's world, right, guys?
Oh my God, it has affected me.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah, and me too, in some ways. So I can't wait to talk about it. And I would encourage everyone out there who might be caring for someone, or might know someone in a situation where they're caring for someone. And if you feel comfortable, to please share your stories with us. And no judgment. I want to first say that. No judgment here. So comment on the show, please, right?
And when we say caring, I think we're referring to those people who are responsible for the care of people who cannot take care of themselves the way they might have when they were younger, or they were born needing extra special care. We're not talking about the way Boom cares for me.
No. And for those who find themselves in a situation, please comment on the show. And we have a special guest with us who's going to be joining us to share his story, and that would be my cousin, Boom's brother, and of course, on Debbie's nephew, the one and only DJ Debonair. So I want to give him a special shout out, and we can't wait to talk to him. Right, everybody?
Well, you didn't see my message that he forgot.
Oh.
No, I definitely didn't get that message.
Didn't see it.
Right. So he will not be coming on the show today because he forgot.
Yeah. Okay. Oh well, I don't along without him.
Yeah, we'll still have a great conversation. I'm gonna miss because I was waiting to hear his story, but that's okay. We'll have a great conversation anyway. Before we jump into any of that, though, I want to remind everybody about last week's show on Mother's Day. All praises and a little roast too. That was a fantastic show. We got a great response on that one, everyone. So. Like I always say, if you missed that show or any one of our fantastic shows, I encourage all to go catch it on our YouTube channel, everyone. And please don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to get those subscriptions up, right, guys?
Oh yeah.
We're trying to make it do what it do.
Yes, indeed we are. And also, I want to say and give a big special shout out to our Facebook fans out there who are watching and tuning in every week. Again, big numbers last week for last week's show. So thank you guys for that, and keep tuning in. We just love your support for that, for sure. And we're going to notice some changes on the show. Like we have the new logo. There's going to be some other changes, everybody. We're going to try and get the live call back in too as soon as we can, everybody. I want to make note of that, so we can get more interaction from you guys, not just your comments, everyone. So we're working on that behind the scenes, and we'll try to get that up shortly. All right, Boom.
Let me tell you what I'm excited about.
Okay.
Can I tell y'all what I'm excited about?
Mhm.
It's few and far in between, but I gotta say how excited I am about it. I have to shout out the New York Knicks in the NBA.
Yeah, I was definitely going to get to that. I'm glad you did bring it up. It was an
I had to
amazing
shout
game.
them out.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Game 6 against the Celtics in Madison Square Garden was absolutely amazing. The Knicks pulled it off in big fashion, everyone. I gotta tell you.
Right. I mean, they put a whooping on them boys, and I'm so happy they are not in there anymore. So all you Celtics fans can get the hell out of my face about my Lakers, because my secondary team whooped y'all tail. See, I kept it clean.
Yeah, it was a tough night for Celtics fan. It was such a big night in New York City. Let me tell you, it was like the New York Knicks won a championship. I'm just going to play this real fast. Yeah, it got a little crazy, everyone.
That was like fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yeah, it was fun unless you're a Celtics fan. So again, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Boom. Big shout out to New York.
Absolutely, man. I'm so super proud of the Knicks.
Me too. Definitely. It's been a long time coming, everyone. Before I move on, I just want to say this. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who celebrated last week. My wife and I had a great weekend real fast, and she wanted me to do this, so I'm going to show some pictures real fast. Of course, everyone know we all, excuse me, that's the wrong picture. We all went for pedicures, everyone, last week. So this is my wife. I went with her. Yeah, I got my feet done too. But reaching back a couple years ago, my mother, we used to go to Sunday brunch on Mother's Day all the time. She hasn't been able to get around anymore, so we don't do that anymore. But this was one of my fondest memories of my mom. And my wife's mom, shout out to her too, on Mother's Day. So I wanted to just quickly show that and shout out my mom again real fast, everyone. It was just such a beautiful memory for me. So yeah, shout out to all the moms again, celebrating Mother's Day.
What is your mom's name?
My mom's Sandra Stevens, everybody.
I want to shout out Sandra Stevens. When you call the name to give it power. Sandra Stevens.
Right? Thank you so much,
that's
baby. And I know she appreciates that too. I know she's probably watching. Hi, Mom. I'm going to see you later, everyone. So again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Once again, while I'm talking about my family real quick, shout out to my daughter, her husband Kevin, and my granddaughter Cassidy, who are right now in Orlando, Florida. I hope they don't mind me showing this picture. Enjoying this weekend. Wow, it's right. Believe it or not, I've never been to Disney land, but they've already been taking my granddaughter.
Me either.
So shout out to them. You neither, right?
Me either.
I never really wanted to go. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I don't know if I'm a big fan of those lines and crowds, so I never really wanted to go. But they wanted to do that, and so they went down there and also spent time with my sister Ursula. I believe they stayed at her house, as a matter of fact. So shout out to my sister Ursula and of course her family too. Everyone, I'm happy you guys are enjoying your weekend. Not to stay too much on me, everybody. But things are good. Things are going good, everybody. Also, before we jump in, because we're going to keep the ball rolling, I got to remind everybody that the Taylor family reunion is coming up on June 28th, everybody. So make sure that you're not only getting your t-shirts, but you're getting in touch with Karen. She needs all the help she can get from you guys. Don't wait till the last minute. Go ahead and give Karen a call, and let's make this a special one, everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Excuse me. Absolutely.
Yes, please reach out to everybody. Don't leave the weight just on her shoulders. And while you guys are calling and reaching out, we're gonna keep the show rolling.
Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, get on up. Turn it up. Now we gonna have us a good time, good time. We gonna.
Yes, we are gonna have a good time. Happy birthday to all you. Is it still tourist season? Tourists out there who are celebrating your birthdays today, in the past week, or the upcoming week. We want to celebrate your birthdays with you. Oh, Debbie, is it still tourist season?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's the 18th. Yes, it is for a couple of days.
What they give y'all, 2 months? That ain't right.
Doesn't it feel
Not
like
enough. I like that.
it? Doesn't it feel like it? Like, get out of here.
Yeah, it does feel like it. But anyway, happy birthday to all you guys out there celebrating. And anyway, all right, let's get to it. Oh, Debbie, is there somebody special that you would like to recognize today?
No.
No, okay.
Happy birthday, Tauruses, and don't believe what they say about you being stubborn. You're not stubborn. You're stalwart.
That's funny because I was just thinking it.
Right. That's what you guys are. That's what you stick to. You're stalwart, not stubborn. Got it. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right. Well, boom. You got anybody special that you want to shout out?
I'm gonna shout out a couple people. One of my good friends, Tian, her birthday was on the 17th.
Okay.
So shout out to her. I mean, not the 17th. Her birthday was on, the 17th, yesterday. Another good friend, Bay Baker, Raquel Merrick. And of course, I got to shout out the one and only Snipe Jones down there in North Carolina now. Originally from Jersey, celebrated their birthdays these past couple days. And then today is my cousin Lenitra. Her boyfriend, Craig, his birthday is today. So shout out to Craig, one of the coolest people I ever met. Thanks for being my cousin's man and showing her how to feel like a woman. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, cuz. Those are my Taurus birthday shout outs that I have.
All right. Happy birthday to those Tauruses. Enjoy your day. I have one personal birthday to shout out real fast. And this is actually on my wife's side. Mr. Michael Taylor, whose birthday is coming up, I believe tomorrow will be his birthday. Yeah, he's a Taylor, but he's actually not related to me or my Taylor family. He's a different Taylor. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to dig more into that. But happy birthday to him anyway. Enjoy your day. And as usual, I have just a couple celebs, special people that I wanted to shout out for sure. Everybody, if you just bear with me. This one is this segment of celebrity birthdays is kind of special because I touched on everybody. What I mean is Jersey's own. Now check this out. Jersey's own comedian Samore, whose birthday passed on May 15th. I want to recognize her because he's from Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey. So you know I'm gonna shout her out. Now that's Jersey. But Baltimore, I'm sure you'll be glad to know that one of your heroes, Mr. Ray Lewis, his birthday also just passed and was on the 15th. So that's Jersey, and that's definitely Baltimore. But also, since, you kind of lived in Atlanta, I don't want to leave them off the list. So I'm going to shout out Atlanta, and I'm going to say, Candy Burris, everybody, of Escape, whose birthday is coming up on May 17th. So we want to shout her out. Happy birthday to her. But I am definitely not going to leave New York off the list. New York Soul.
Biggie.
That's right, everybody. Happy birthday, rest in peace in heaven, to Christopher Wallace, the notorious B.I.G., whose birthday will be coming up on May 21st, everyone. Unfortunately killed March
This
9th,
goes out to you,
1997. Everybody,
You're
one of my
waiting on the
favorites
top with
and one of the
short-
greatest of all time. Let me cut it there because he was about to tear some things up.
Brooklyn Biggie. Brooklyn
Yeah,
Biggie.
go ahead. Thank you, Debbie. Brooklyn's for
Yeah.
Biggie. That's right,
We
everybody.
were
So shout out to New York.
so Wednesday night at Loafers is dedicated to Biggie Smalls' birthday. So we're doing a little Biggie Smalls birthday celebration on Wednesday night
Sounds
at
good.
Loafers.
Bless up. So yes, rest in peace again. Happy birthday in heaven, everybody. It's coming up May 20th. And last but not least, I want to shout out this lady here. I think that everybody probably knows. That's right, everybody. Happy birthday to Janet Jackson, whose birthday was May 16th, everyone. I definitely don't want to leave her off this. So happy birthday to her. For sure, everyone. Happy birthday to her. I'm probably going to get in trouble for that because you just don't touch Janet's stuff. But that's all right, though. You guys are worth it. So happy birthday to all you tourists out there celebrating your birthdays. We hope that you all enjoy your day. Right, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Turn down for what? Oh, I got a birthday celebration this afternoon at Loafers. I got about 25 people coming out to celebrate a birthday tonight. So
Yeah. I'm gonna.
They'll
Yeah, I
be
just
there.
want. Yeah, I just want to say this and not to stay too long on it, but it was real tough this week trying to pick celebrities. There was so many people, famous
lot.
people who had birthdays right around this time. Everybody, it was crazy. I don't know what was going on 9 months ago, but Jesus, I'm gonna have to look into that. But anyway, for anybody out there having a birthday celebration, and since it's spring and summer's coming up, a celebration of any kind, there is a way that you can make the three of us a part of it.
To level up your birthday party or any celebration, you need to call Shush Entertainment for your solid disco party experience, hosted by our own DJ Boom. Looking for that special gift? Look no further than jayztrades.com for a custom image 3-piece set for that special someone in your life. Or, if you're interested in an astrological reading, contact business carriers to find out how the stars are lining up for you.
That's right, everybody, and don't forget to tell a friend and make us a part of the celebration.
Listen, and I'm telling you, folks, the summer is heating up. The dates are being occupied. So if you want DJ Boom in the building, you better make some moves now because the dates is being locked up. I'm becoming busy Boom again.
Well, good. No, that's good to know. And then he's 100% right. People are starting to call me too. So my calendar's starting to fill up a little bit too. So everybody, hurry up, rush. Go ahead and give us a touch. We want to come over and eat your food up. So there you go, everybody. And while you guys are doing that, we're gonna do what on Debbie? We're gonna keep the ball what?
Rolling.
I guess right now we should start the show.
CTV movies. One of my favorite things to do on the show, as you all well know, because I like to know what you guys are watching out there. So, guys, please, out there watching, comment. Let us know not only what you thought of our picks, but let us know what you guys are watching out there. Right, guys? Please, be part of the show. So, I'm going to put on Debbie on the spot, and I'm going to say on Debbie. So,
I saw a movie.
Okay.
I do my job. I saw on Hulu Notes of a Scandal. It's a psychological thriller. It was actually disturbing to me because it was about a lonely spinster. And I think in the old days, I would have been called a spinster or an old maid. But ain't nothing old maid about me. But
Not at all. You better tell somebody.
and it had a touch of eroticism. And it was really profound. Notes on a Scandal. And it starred Judith Dent. It took place in London, so I had to keep rewinding it to hear what the people were saying. But I got a lot out of that movie, and it inspires me to behave myself.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare behave yourself.
A little.
There you go. Well, that sounds like something that my wife and I would love to sit down and pop some popcorn and go ahead and watch. So thanks for that on deck, for sure. All
I
right,
had
boom.
the opportunity to watch two movies actually. I watched one that starred Vince Vaughn and it's called Nona's.
Oh
Um,
man, I'm so glad that you nailed that one. Absolutely.
yeah, that
I'm glad
was
you did.
inspired by a true story.
Yes.
Absolutely inspired by a true story, and the restaurant is still going today. So I plan to come to Staten Island to check out that restaurant because of that movie. Seriously, because of that movie, I'm gonna go. I'm planning a trip to Staten Island to check out that restaurant. But it is a very heartwarming story, movie, feel good sort of thing. So check it out. Nona's starring Vince Vaughn. And then I watched my action movie. I had to watch a movie called Havoc. I can't remember the main character. He's a popular guy. I can't remember his name, but I
Mm.
also know that Forrest Whitaker is in that movie as well,
Shout out to Forrest
and it's
Whitaker.
called Havoc. Um, it's if you like action, check out Havoc.
Okay. Okay. No. Let me get my pen
And
because I do
baby,
like action.
you're going to come pick me up when you come to Staten Island so I can go with Moni.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll make it a whole date for sure. We'll make it a whole date. Absolutely. I'm looking at the end of the month to be perfectly honest.
All right.
Since
Wow.
I'm not going yeah, since I'm not going to Atlanta. I think I'm gonna come up there.
All right. Yeah. I did see Nona's. I just want to shout them out too. And my wife and I, we saw the movie. Absolutely loved it. Like Boom said. And it is a true story. For those who don't know, Nona is a phrase that Italians use to call their grandmothers. Everyone, I don't want to give away too much, but grandmothers in this restaurant. I'm going to say that. And it was a beautiful story about family and food. Everyone, I grew up in. I grew.
It makes me hungry.
Well,
Yes.
I grew up in Jersey, and I'm only putting that out there to say I grew up around a lot of Italian people. Everyone, so that tradition of food, just like with Black people, is deep in with Italian families, and it's all about that. So go enjoy that movie. I agree with Boom, right?
Absolutely. It will
Boom.
make you hungry.
Uh,
Oh my God,
I'm
did it?
telling you, it will.
Did it?
It will make you hungry.
Not just that, and I don't want to stay too long on it, but not just that, but it had me reaching for my pots and pans. I love Italian cooking, everyone. Oh yeah, I make some sauce with the best of them. My wife would tell you, and Italian dishes with the best, some of the best of them. Everyone. Oh yes, I do, on Debbie, and yes, you can come to dinner. Yes,
thank
you are
you.
invited. Yeah,
You're
you
my
go. I didn't forget you. I didn't forget you. I definitely got you on my list, and so yeah, it had me reach for my pots and pans too. Great movie, a great movie. One more, everybody. We're gonna move on with the show. I don't know about everyone else out there, but the little kid in me is dying for this movie. It's not even out yet, but no, it came out I think this weekend. But I'm dying for this movie here, everyone. The new Lilo Stitch live movie, everyone. I don't know if you're as much of a kid as I am, but I actually love the original movie, and for families, of course, you're gonna love this. The live action version of Lilo and Stitch. I can't wait to see it. So, people, chime in, let me know.
I am a big kid too. I love the kid movies or what they call kid movies.
Right.
I just can't watch the same thing over and over and over again. Like I didn't see the
The same
live
story.
Lion King, movie, the remake of the Lion King. I didn't see that. I saw, the new one that just recently came out, but
Mm.
it's the same story. Like, why am I watching the same thing over again? It's just live characters. I don't know. So that's just me. I don't
Yeah.
the
And a lot of people
repetitiveness.
could
I
feel
just
like
can't
that.
do it.
But for me, I love the story so much, and that I just can't wait to see the live characters. There you go. So I'm waiting for that one. Chime in, guys. You guys let me know how you feel out there. And if you have any pics of your own that you would like to know, please comment on the show. We got the comments covered today, right? Right, Boom?
Absolutely. Listen, if it's movies y'all want us to watch, tell us what it is. We need to know what you're watching out there. Let us know the movies you want us to check out. Not just the movies we tell each other, but the ones y'all want us to check out, because we'll check them out.
Yes.
Let y'all know how we felt about them. Did they get one turntable or 5 turntables?
We'll be easy with our comments. I guess is what we're trying to say.
Right.
We'll be easy with our
Right.
comments. It's all right. It's a safe space here. All right. Yeah, it's a safe space here. So if you have any ideas for movies or topics that you think our beautiful audience would love, or if you are a business or businesses, hopefully, looking to sponsor our wonderful program here, there's ways that you can get in contact with us.
To contact us, you can reach us on our YouTube channel, where you can comment, join the show, and please don't forget to subscribe. You could also watch, like, and comment, join the show on our social media pages. Our Facebook or Instagram is at From the Shore to Be More. Our Twitter or X is at 2_Be More. And our email is fromtheshore@gmail.com. You could also call the show at 732-455-2503. If no one answers, please leave a message and someone from the show will get back to you. And please, tell a friend.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Please tell a friend. All right, now it's that time of the show that you all been waiting so patiently for, everyone, and thank you for waiting. It's time for us to jump into this topic that we have today, the caretaker blues, everyone. It was an interesting meeting last week when we came up with this topic. We have a habit sometimes of, when we're having these meetings, of actually doing the show right when we're talking, because we conversate, we get lost in the topic so much. So this one was a deep one, right, guys?
Yeah.
And
I'm all for it, and I really love your titles, because when you talk about caretaking blues, it also evokes the opposite, that there is a sunny part, that there is a light part about it, and that's why we're bringing this to people. We want to raise awareness about some of the challenges and difficulties, but also there are delights.
There are, and it's
or there may be delights.
Right, okay. Correction, right?
Reach for it.
And I can't speak for everyone, but through my own experiences, because I'm gonna say this, my parents are getting older, obviously. Now I'm not responsible for the care of my parents, like my mom, who has some issues. My stepfather is, and shout out to him and all that he does. It's a heavy weight to bear for anyone. But in my own experiences, as I try to contribute as much as I can, or just try to deal with the emotions of and that's what I'm really would speak to, the emotions of not only the weight or burden of having to care for that person. And when I say that person, I want to make sure that we're talking about elderly folk, but not just elderly people. There are all kinds of people that need care from all ages. But the difficulties that the person goes through who's caring for that person, but also the emotional side of it, of seeing someone that you care and that you love struggling and going through so much. I'm sorry, man. And break it down. So is that me or you, Boom?
It's not me.
Because I'm getting an echo.
Reasons that I think this topic is important is that very often caretakers actually die before the people taking care of.
Hold on, what's that echo?
I don't know, but let's ask our audience if they hear it. Maybe they don't hear it.
Now it's gone.
Now, okay, it's gone.
Was that you, Boom?
Caretakers actually, and both of y'all were down there doing that, so whatever y'all were doing, stop it. So caretakers often die before the people they're taking care of. And that suggests that the caretaker needs care. The caretaker
Yes,
needs to
absolutely.
take care of themselves, and that we all need to understand the stress of it. And often caretakers don't feel free to complain
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
or
There's that side of
speak
it
out
too.
about what their needs are.
There's that side of it too. You almost feel, and I can't speak for everyone does, so I don't want anybody to take that. But there's, I think that there's almost a feeling of guilt almost if they complain or speak up about it, and then they shouldn't feel that way. You're allowed to be a human being, everyone, and so it's important that they get support. Support, I think,
Mhm.
is not the word in so many ways, everyone. Not just the financial side of it, because there's a burden there too. Let's just say that too.
Yeah,
There's a
there
burden. There's a
is.
burden on that side too. But
Mhm,
the emotional and in some cases the spiritual support is just as important.
mhm,
Everyone, and they absolutely need it. And I think that not only are there organizations out there that support caretakers and also, but it's important that they get it from the people around them, their family and friends. Is
mhm,
so vital,
mhm.
so vital in these situations.
I've been a caretaker twice in really ideal situations. I
Right.
want to say, I took care of my father, but he didn't live with me, and I lived nearby. But one of the things, and the financial part was not a burden. But one of the things that I noticed early on was that caretaking came with immediate guilt. Now, I imagine
Mm,
it's almost like a parent, right? If you're a parent, you can't get it perfect. First of all, if you got it perfectly,
right.
children would be
Good
anyway.
point.
Right.
Part of being the children need us to be human beings. But right
Hmm.
away, I'm not seeing him enough. I'm not doing enough. Um, and I'm alive
Yeah.
and vibrant and I'm
Yeah.
going out and I'm having a good
Oh.
life. Do I feel guilty about the good times that I might have when I
Right.
have someone for whom I'm caretaking
Right.
who may not have access to that level of joy?
Right, right. That's a good point to make. Because I want to speak to the parents or caretakers of young people or children who might have certain issues because there's also that side as that a caretaker of a young person of feeling like, oh, what's gonna happen with my child or this person that I'm taking care of if something happens to me. What is life going to be like for them? Because I mean, like as parents or whatever, if you're taking care of young ones, uh, um, there's always that side where you have these big you have big dreams for them. You want them to be successful, whatever that means.
Right.
You want them to have a successful life and be able to blossom and be everything that they can be. And so, as a parent or the caretaker of someone with who's a child, there's that side of it. You wonder what's life going to be like
Mm,
for this child as they
yeah,
grow and become an
yeah.
adult. Oh, absolutely.
And that's a worry and that's a
It's
concern.
a
And
scary.
I
It is
don't
a
know,
scary.
it's really scary, but I have one idea about that. It's not enough,
Okay.
but one idea is we have to see beyond the limitations that seem apparent to us.
That's a
That
good
we,
point.
we
That's a
need
good
to
point.
not just focus on our idea of their
Right.
helplessness. We need to know that somewhere in them is what does the song say? A hero. And we want to appeal to the
Absolutely.
hero and we want to encourage the hero. And I think we have to watch feeling sorry for people um, because our idea of what a good life is, it doesn't seem as if it's going to manifest for that other the person. So we
Right.
also have to watch
Right.
our own emotions um, and
Absolutely.
not heap onto the other person our own
Expectation.
disappointment,
Hmm.
and if we're a parent, our guilt, that we somehow did something. You know,
Well said.
I
Yeah, yeah,
remember when my
yeah.
mother came from a session about my brother who was diagnosed schizophrenic, and he was diagnosed as a kid. And she said, the therapist said it wasn't my fault. Like I could see how important it was. So that means
Mm,
she had been feeling
mm.
what had she done? She was an
Wow,
older mother.
that's powerful.
She had him at 40. You know, my father, I heard him say, oh, my old sperm, like this immediately feel
Mm,
like we're at fault in some ways, and that needs to be
that's powerful.
addressed.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like I said, it's just I imagine for most people who find themselves in those situations, it's just a weird space to navigate in. It really is. It really is. It's full of emotions, of course, and fear in so many
Yes.
ways too.
Mhm.
And guilt. It's just a weird space to navigate through. So it's important again, like I said, to get that support from the loved ones around you. Someone maybe you can open up
What,
to with. Uh,
Shaheen, might you need, for example? What kind of
ooh,
support have you gotten? What kind of support have you not gotten that you would like?
well, like I said, I'm just really coming into that kind of space, and this is a space that we're all gonna be in, or a situation that most of us, if we're close to our parents or such, or whatever, or even I don't want to just stay on parents, but even siblings or loved ones you're gonna find yourself in at some point if you have older siblings, for instance, and things like that. And it's new. So what I mean is like coming into it, you've heard about it, you know about it, you've seen people in situations. You don't know how you're gonna be when you find yourself in
Mhm,
that situation, or how you're gonna feel.
mhm,
For instance, when the time comes where you're having to not help your parents to the bathroom, the same people that used to do this for you, or maybe have to
mhm,
feed
mhm, mhm,
your
mhm,
parents or loved ones.
mhm, mhm.
Um, the same things that they used to do for you as a child, and so it's all new, and you never know how you're gonna act until you're in that space. Uh,
Well, I
yeah, go
know
ahead on Devin.
room sitting quietly, so I want to acknowledge that and inquire about, where he is in his feeling space. And I want to take an opportunity to acknowledge, well, to say that we who are caretakers need to understand that not everybody can do what we do. So, and to thereby
Mm.
mitigate the
Yeah.
anger and frustration that some people aren't doing more. And I know in my own case,
Wow. Glad you brought that up.
yeah,
Yeah, glad you
in
brought that
my
up.
case of caretaking, my father's birthday, for example, would roll around, and I would be like calling people, begging them, "Could you please send a card? Like, could you do something?" Because I felt that the burden was on me as the only person living in New York City,
Mm,
where or in Brooklyn, where my father was, out of sight, out of mind. But it's not so much that people don't care, is that not everybody has the capacity to be a
mm,
caregiver,
mm,
or to even be with that. And I think it's important to acknowledge that
mm,
and to not put guilt on people if they can't do it, like if they
mm,
can't.
No, no judgment.
I've definitely seen that. See, I've never had to actually be a caretaker. I've seen it amongst my siblings, amongst my mom. My mom has had jobs where she's done caretaking for somebody. So I've seen
Mhm,
it done. Even the school she works for now, you may as well say it's a school, but they have to take care of these kids because these kids are in wheelchairs. These kids are,
mhm,
they're special needs kids. So although they're teaching, they still have to be, taken care of throughout the day.
mhm,
Um, and so I applaud everybody to me that has the strength to do it. I would assume
Oh
that
yeah,
if I had to do it,
definitely.
I would do it. You know what I mean? I would assume I would if I had to. But fortunately, I've never had to. I have siblings that have children with special needs that they go through, you know, dealing with them day in and day out.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
don't have to deal with it. When I was in Atlanta staying with one of my siblings, I told him, listen, I could do some of the stuff, but I'm not doing everything. You know what I mean? But they're there having to do everything, you know, and I saw it day in and day out. So I could see how it can break you down, how it
mhm,
straight up can break you down. Like you feel like
mhm,
now you're trapped in this life that you quote unquote didn't ask for to a degree,
mhm.
you know.
You know, one thing that helped me boom very early on, my father said to me before he was needing help. One day we were in the
Mm.
car and he said to me, well, you know, one day you're going to have to move in with me to the projects and take care of.
Yeah.
And I had never thought of that, but he was already planning it, right?
Yeah.
That I was
Yeah.
going to move in. And you know, I was raised in the projects, and I'm grateful, um, you know, that I have had a home. But moving into the projects for me would have felt like moving backwards. And
Okay.
projects can trap us, right? Because the rent is so low, you know, you get sort of, you start living low, and then you can't get
Mm.
outside.
That's a whole nother show. We're gonna have to get into that. That's a
So,
whole nother show.
so, so my idea is that I moved in with my father, and I had people trying to make me feel guilty because the housing offered me an apartment. At some point,
Mm.
they said, "Oh, we'll get you a big apartment." I was like, "No," and the manager was like, "I took care of my mother, and I could." I was like, "Good on you. I ain't moving in with you."
Right.
And when he was in the
Right.
hospital, ready to come out, and the social worker said, "What's your address?" I was like, "Why do you need my address?" They
Just
said,
for right. He's going
"He can't live by himself." I said, "He can't live with me." And they were like, "Where's he going to go?" And I promptly fell on the floor and phoned, you know, and they were like, "She's crazy. We can't send him." I also have to have my bottom line that if they had sent him home with me, that whole story, you know, could have degenerated. So I
Mm.
did manage his care, and one of the ways I managed his care was to put it on the social workers, and they kept him in the hospital longer. I'm like, you figure this out. That's your
Mm.
job. Don't
Mm.
don't put him
Be,
on me.
because you're the daughter,
Hello.
automatically
Mm.
it's
Mm.
your no, you went to school for this. Remember? You woke up and said, you know what I want to go to school for? I want to go to school for this. So
Right.
now deal with what you went to school for. Don't I didn't
Exactly.
go to school for
Mm.
it. I was just born
And
into
you're right.
it.
And
Exactly.
it's good. And it's good. And I want to mention that too, though. I don't want to leave out social workers and nurses who do a lot of people who are in that field and take care of our elderly parents and so on and so forth. So I want to acknowledge them too, because it's not an easy job. Not from what I saw. I don't think I could do it full time. That's for sure. And also I want to say also out there to families and Boom or Debbie can chime in. If you have loved ones that are in the care of others, it's important that you stay on top of things because not every situation is the best situation for your loved ones. So you definitely want
Right.
to stay on top of that. Make sure that the people dealing with them are doing the things that they're supposed to
Oh,
do. Because I've seen
yeah.
some situations or and heard of situations where loved ones were in whether it be homes, and I don't mean just retirement homes, I mean group homes too. And they were being mistreated and mishandled and so on and so forth. And
Hmm.
so if you have family members who are in situations like that, it's important as a family that you stay on top of these things. It's really important. And also I want to also mention this. I know, like in Boom's situation and in my situation, we have siblings, and not all of them live close by. I know they wish they could be more involved, and if they were they would be. But we all have siblings, and there are some people. Debbie. But there are some people out there who don't have that, and are doing it on their own. And so I want to make a proposal. How about this? We propose today be National Caretaker Day. Can we do that, everybody? I don't know if they have a day yet, but we gonna go ahead. We gonna go ahead.
Let's look that up.
Let's look that up.
Let's see if they have one, and if they don't, let's
If they
start
don't,
it.
today, May 18th is gonna be National Caretaker Day on this show. How about that, everybody?
National Caregivers Day is February 21st of every
that blew
year.
right by. They need a better job marketing that.
All right, let's put it on our calendar.
Let's put
it on our calendar. And Shaheem is right. I have seen it. When my father was in the hospital and I missed a day or so, when I finally showed up, I saw stuff. I came every single day after that. So therefore, the staff, they knew Crazy Daughter was coming. And if you don't have the capacity to deal with that either, because you don't have this emotional capacity or the
fortitude
or the money, if you can't, check on the caregiver. I tell you, I'm trying to think if anybody ever in my family calls me and says, so, how are you feeling? How are you doing, Aunt Debbie? How's caretaking for whomever going? I don't
putting them all on blast right now.
At least ask, because being able to go, oh my God, thank you for asking. Even if it's going well, you feel, it's a support. So ask, because I'm going to tell you, my situation is light, compared to many other people. So many people are drowning in caretaking for other people. At least call the caretaker and see how they're doing.
Yes. Check in on them. Absolutely. I mean, you said it earlier that the caretakers in a lot of situations end up passing away before the person they're taking care of.
Absolutely.
That just speaks volumes to the burdens that they must have been carrying throughout that whole time. So yeah, check in on them, please.
And I also want to suggest that we have to accept what is happening. It feels wrong. It feels awful. In the ways that I'm caring for my brother. And by the way, my brother is in Maryland, so I'm not hands-on. But it just, when I think of him with his dementia growing day by day, and he'll never be able to go to the movies. And he called me and he asked me, could you take me to a Chinese food restaurant? I mean, he can never. It feels wrong. But let me tell you the talk I had with myself. I had to accept that his life was his life. And I couldn't take responsibility for his whole life. And the life he was living. And one of the things that helped me has to do with a Bible verse that I'm probably going to misquote to hell out. But the meaning of it is that I think it has to do with Job wrestling with God. And as I understand that Bible verse, that was Job and God wrestling. So I say, God is wrestling with my brother's soul. Now that doesn't mean I don't care then. Yeah, but it means I have to give up that it is not my power, it's God's power, and that he has a soul regardless, that he has power, some kind of power. I don't get it. I don't want to live like that, but he has some kind of power, and God is wrestling with his soul. I can't get in there because I'll get punched. Do you know what I mean? You try to get in the fight, and you come out of it with a black eye. So I know that if I take this on as my fault or my guilt or completely my burden, I know I'll just sink. But I also say to myself, and Deborah, God is wrestling with your soul. So
Yours too, right?
now I'm looking at this not just as a Athena. I'm from Atlanta. Oh, my darling sister, daughter. I'm also, I'm also understanding that I've got something to learn here.
Yes.
That there's something for me here.
Hmm.
It don't look. I don't like it. I don't. I don't feel like I signed up for it. But when I feel strong, I say, "For this I was born." That
Right.
helps me to accept whatever responsibility, whatever I can do, and to
Mhm.
understand that this is to strengthen and ensoul me. Thank you, Madge, my artist sister. Thank you, and please say more. Um, if you have more to say, thank you, Athena. That I have to learn to live in the light
Hmm.
and not just my power isn't just the power to be depressed. And
No, no,
sometimes
no, no,
it
no, no.
seems, what else would I be but depressed? What
Yeah.
else would I be except angry? And
Right.
I say, there are other ways, although in the process, if I am angry with God, and God and a highest soul, we have a relation. I go, what you do? What you doing? What? But I
Right.
question, and God, I'm calling it God. I know
Right.
Shaheem, that's not Shaheem's language, but so for Shaheem, I
Probably
would
not.
say the inner self, inner tuition. I know it has its own wisdom that I am growing to,
Right.
and that helps me to
To get
live.
by. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. You you have to find. Go ahead, boom. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, you most definitely cannot allow what is happening around you to consume you,
Right. Right.
because
Exactly.
you can't do anything for anybody if you are not balanced the way you need to be. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of caretakers, no matter what the situation is, if it is a parent, if it is a child, if it is a aunt, a uncle, a grandmother, da da da, we can't take on the responsibility of where they are. They're
Mm-hmm.
there. We can take on the responsibility of being helpful in which ways that we can be helpful without dragging ourselves down, and burning ourselves
Right.
out, because that's not beneficial to nobody.
Mm.
Right.
So again, I will help in any way. I'm thinking back at a time when I had a cousin that was in the hospital, um, and I went to see her every day.
Mm.
Um, that is the form of caretaking. Now
Yes.
she's in the
Okay.
hospital. I'm not, you know, provide, but I bought her crayons and coloring books and things of that nature, just so she wouldn't have to ever feel alone in the hospital.
Mhm.
Right.
She's no longer with us now, but I remember the time I used to walk up to the hospital. This was in Asbury Park too, Shane. I
Mm.
used to walk up to the hospital to see her every day. I didn't miss a day of seeing her in there. So that is a form of care. That's why I said I know I can do it if I had to do it. I just don't want to. I
Mm.
don't,
Mm.
And
I
that's
don't want it to be. I
you,
don't
you
want it to be my you have to do this sort of thing,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
I think that's important that we do what we feel to do. A friend of mine told me that a psychiatrist said that parents inadvertently, unconsciously choose a child to
Wow.
take care of them. And so I'm
Wow.
always surprised. I was always surprised when, with my father, it ended up being me because I was considered the bad girl in the family.
Mm.
I
Hey,
could
I
tell. I could
Yeah, well,
tell.
that's.
well, I'm well, not bad, but when you're not married, often the culture says the one who's not married and have children,
Really? Is
they're
that the
not
way it's supposed to work?
so. But I
Hmm.
was available. But boom, I ask you to remember the days when you were going to see your cousin, and w- you were definitely an inspiration to her.
Yeah.
Can you recall what it did for you? to show up.
Oh, the feeling was phenomenal. It was definitely a phenomenal feel. I just didn't want her to feel alone. I remember being in a hospital, even as a kid, for 7 days straight, and nobody coming to visit. And it's a lonely feeling. You know what I
Of
mean?
course.
It's just a lonely feeling. Like I'm just here. The nurses come in every 4 to 6 hours or whatever the case may be, but then you're just there. And if it's a room that you're in by yourself, there is no neighbor to talk to. So it's a very
Right.
lonely feeling. I just didn't want her to feel like that. You
Right.
know what I mean? And quite frankly, I wasn't doing much of anything when I was in Asbury Park. So why not go up there? But so it did make
Mhm.
me feel good doing it. She's one of my favorite people. Like I said, has now, you know, passed on, but
Right.
she's one of my favorite people. And I enjoyed doing it. So
Because
I'm gonna say. I'm saying. Go ahead, Debbie. Make your point.
I'll make it quick because I made a whole bunch of points.
Go ahead.
And now I don't remember what I was going to say, so you may as well go.
No, I was just gonna say. Eh, I believe I've heard, and people can chime in and let me know if I'm saying this wrong. It says a lot about a people, in the way that they take care of the ones who can't take care of themselves. I believe that's the way it goes, everyone. And I'm bringing that up because we're living in a time right now where there are programs being cut. Every time I turn on the TV, I think I see that the government's cutting some kind of support for working class people like ourselves, everyone. And so it's getting tougher and tougher
excuse me.
for families out there. In fact, I wish I would have did a better job. And what I mean, I wish I would have grabbed as many numbers of organizations that are still out there working on behalf of caretakers and their families, and posted all the numbers, but I didn't do that. But you guys can find those things, I'm sure. But yeah, we're in a time where things are getting cut for us. It's important, even more important, for us to stand together as a community. For those who are of us who find themselves in a situation, I don't want to keep saying us because the really person who's in this situation, as far as I'm concerned, is my stepfather. I keep shouting him out. I really respect everything that he does. But yeah, it's even more important that as a community we lean on each other and support each other as much as we can, especially the emotional side of it. Man, I can't say that enough.
Yeah.
I can't
Well,
say that enough.
here's the flip. Here's the
man,
flip side to that.
man, oh man, oh
We
man.
gotta we the ones that don't need caretaking need to stay vigilant in how we take care of ourselves so we don't end up in a space of forcing somebody to take care of us because we made poor decisions um coming up.
Yep,
I'm gonna share this. I
yep,
got my sleep
yep.
study diagnosis, and it scared the life out of me. And seriously, they told me in an hour I had 37 episodes in an hour,
Wow,
in which I stopped breathing for 10 seconds or more. You know what I
wow.
mean? That's a lot. So pretty much the way I put it, pretty much I die every night. I just happen to wake up every day. But so if in that diagnosis and them telling me what I need to do, if I continued on what I'm doing or what I was doing, I will not put the burden on my daughters. One of them, all three of them, two of them, whatever. My mom, sisters, to now, y'all gotta come take care of me because I continue to make poor decisions. I got the diagnosis. I was told what I needed to do. So now I'm gonna be stubborn and do what I need to do. And now I'm gonna make everybody feel funny or feel bad if they don't come and they don't take care of me now that I'm down and out and I can't take care of myself. No, that is unfair. So
Right.
stop doing that to your people, folks. Take care of yourselves. Seriously.
This is very tricky because the reasons that people may engage in poor behavior could have could be a story that has never been told.
Mm,
And I think those of us who are feeling here's how I learned this. I often have heard people talk about, you know, fat people and they go, oh, that person is fat. And oh, like they're judgmental about it.
mhm,
And what
yeah.
I think is going on in part is that they are afraid of the humanity that could make someone that. That it's a
Right.
human being
Yeah.
thing. It's not always just a frail mind or lack of discipline. And so sometimes we are afraid of getting sick. And so we want to say, if I just live right, I can control this. Well, if I exercise and stretch, do my leg stretches, which I missed this morning, but I'm going to get to, yes, I'm going to weaken my legs, but why? But why is this happening is always ultimately a mystery, because I know people who eat whatever the hell they want to eat, and they don't, they don't gain weight, or they don't
That would be me for
as
sure.
much as I'm mad at you, by the way. But let me take this, the moment I may have, the minute you will allow me to react to something that Boom said earlier, and also Shaheem, and talking about his stepfather taking care of his mother, and the emotional stresses either way. Not not loving is emotional suffering. And so when we don't love on people, we are also
Okay.
suffering emotionally.
Oh, now I understand what you're
We
saying.
may not be conscious or aware of it,
Mm,
but when you block out that somebody is in need,
mm,
you could very well be blocking out something in you that, if it was brought
mm,
to fore, would actually make you feel better and feel good
mm.
about
About
yourself,
yourself.
as Boone
Right, right,
experienced
right.
when he was loving on his aunt. So yes, and Boone, and another thing is, I said something, the same thing that you're saying. Well, yeah, y'all just need to take care of yourself. So I think that's true, and I also think it's true that sometimes we the best we can do is the best we can do, or we do according to our awarenesses, and sometimes the awarenesses that would heal us are just too painful to come up for people, and so they never heal. And everybody deserves love
So
and
they
care.
take
Everybody
the high
deserves
road.
love.
I said that on the strength of I had a friend of mine whose mom was a avid smoker. This is what I mean by taking care of herself. She smokes, smokes, smokes. Daughter's constantly, Mom, please stop, please stop, please stop. And her answer to her daughter is, we all got to die from something,
Mm,
But her mom ended up with a stroke, and it was a debilitating stroke. So now that she can't take care of herself, now you're going to put the burden on your daughter to take care of you. And if she don't, she's not being a good daughter. That's not fair.
mm.
You made
I
that
want
decision to smoke. That's what I mean by take care of yourself.
You're
You know,
right. I mean, I can't argue, I can't argue with that. But even the burden, saying it's a burden, is an interpretation, and it
uh,
doesn't mean that the mother is putting the burden on the daughter. The daughter may take it as a burden. What if we could
right. That's a
take
good
this as
point.
love? What if we could take this as, I was born for this? What if we could take it as, I have the capacity for this? When I was taking care of my father, which is a loose term because it wasn't a daily hands-on thing, people used to say to me, "Girl, you're going to be blessed. You're going to be blessed. You're going to be blessed." I was
Mm,
like, I'm going to buy, right,
mm,
because to me, blessing meant
mm,
I was going to get money. I'm going to be blessed. And then one day I looked up, I was like, wait a minute. Lots of
yeah,
people take care of people that they don't get a stash of money.
yeah, yeah.
So wait a minute. Why are they saying I'm going to be blessed? And here's how I understood it: that I was blessed with the capacity to love. The blessing was, I'm not going to be blessed. The blessing was, I am blessed. I'm blessed because I love enough to do what I am able to do, to give my father comfort. And my father, the look in his eyes someday when he would see me, it felt like shock and love, like,
Mm,
Debbie, that's Debbie coming to love on me. I'm so
yeah,
surprised. Oh my God, it just would touch my soul. I
yeah.
really appreciate this conversation. It's
Yeah.
rich.
I did too. Unfortunately we're gonna have to start wrapping things up soon. But yeah, I just want to say this, and then we'll make some final thoughts. For me, what I've noticed about caretakers or caretaking it is one of the most humbling things that
Sure.
I think I've ever experienced. Everyone, and I say that because maybe it's humbling because you realize in a lot of ways that this could be you. This person you're taking care of could be you someday. And it's so humbling. It's so full of emotion, everyone. Something to keep in mind. I think Debbie put it best when she said, everyone needs love. It's all about love, isn't it? Everyone needs love, right? So it's been a great conversation, great
That's
show.
one of
Sorry,
my
go ahead.
that's one of my favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire songs.
There you go.
All about love.
All about love, everyone. It's been a great conversation. I want to thank everyone for commenting on the show. Yeah, D Hill and everyone else who conversed. I'm sorry.
Hey, D. She's talking right. That when people are, this is important, D. I'm so glad you brought this up. This will be my last comment. That when people are sick, we often feel ashamed or we shame people. So we, no matter what it is that the person may be suffering from, we want to avoid, we want to notice if we are attaching shame and blame to it, as if that's going to protect us from the same fate.
Well said. All right, Boom. Any closing statements you want to make?
No, I'm good to go. You go ahead and close it out, cuz.
All right, I'm going to close it out with love. That's how I'm going to close it out. And I want to send my love to all the caretakers out there, all over the world, of all colors and all ages. God bless you. And I'm not even a religious person, but if I was, that's what I would say. God bless you all. You deserve your own day. Before we close out, I just want to remind everyone, all our watchers, all our viewers, all our supporters, that there is a cost to doing business here, and there are ways that you can help the show.
Help support your favorite podcast, From the Shore to Be More, by donating to the show. You can send donations to the links below, or if you're a business, you can call us directly at 732-455-2503. We would like to thank the entire From the Shore to Be More family for all your help, and don't forget to tell a friend.
Don't forget to tell a friend, everyone. Please don't forget to tell a friend. All right.
Thank
Good
you,
show.
Inez.
Thank you, Auntie.
We love
Thank
you.
you, Athena. Thank you, D. Thank you, Madge, and all the other Facebook folks is on
Athena.
Facebook.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We sure do appreciate it, don't we, guys?
We love
Absolutely.
I just want to remind everybody that I do have new songs coming out, and you can go find them and support your guy here at therealshaheem.com. Please go look it up and go get those songs, everybody. Mad at Myself and Turn It Up. Those are the songs, everybody. Go get them. So it's been a great show, everyone. We love having you here, but it's that time to let you all go so that you can enjoy your Sunday and we can enjoy ours. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, like I said, I got a birthday to do. Working at Loafers tonight. They having a birthday party up there, so I'll be turned up. I did a bachelorette party last night. I would have posted pictures, but I didn't want us to get in trouble.
Another time, another show. But thanks again, everyone, for watching. We sure love having you in our home. We look forward to seeing you all back here again for another episode of From the Shore to Be More, from the heart, for the coach, everyone. Enjoy your Sunday.
Peace. And the world's all right with me. Come on now.
Just one look at you, and I know
I know it's gonna be. Let's just think about that.
We just wanted to stick around for that part, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. My man said, just
Go.
one look. Just one look at you. I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Come on now.
Enjoy your Sunday, everybody.